Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome back to the channel. It's called the Blue Lounge, so we thought we'd make it blue. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic weekend. Welcome back to everyone. It's been a day. You know, we were streaming on Friday, and we're back here Sunday night. Sunday nights on the Blue Lounge is back, people. We are going to continue doing this time slot, 10 p.m. UK time on the Blue Lounge. So welcome all, and please smash that like button as you're coming into the stream to get this stream out to as many people as possible. As you can see, we have a new format. I hope you guys like it. Let me first say hello to my panelists. We'll start with the guy by himself at the bottom down there. We'll start with Kai. Kai, big up to you, my brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Thanks. Great to be back on. And I think we've got lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. Looking forward to it.
We do. We have a lot to discuss tonight. We're going to be discussing Enzo Maresca. We're going to be discussing Chelsea. We're going to be discussing the title race because apparently we're in it. Are we? Well, that's what we're going to find out tonight. Nee Zion, Blue Clouds Media. Big up to you, my brother. How are you?
Thank you. Hope you can hear me. Thank you, everyone.
We can, loud and clear. Welcome.
All right, child. Thanks everyone out there watching us live from their own comfort zone. So always a pleasure to be here talking football. Great weekend for me. My NFL team just finished. Trying to rush myself to get here on time. Finishing the NFL game. Chelsea won. Ladies also did a good job. So yeah, it's been a wonderful weekend for me. I can't wait to see where the Blues can also go for the ultimate. Chelsea. Let's see.
That's the question. That's the question that we're going to be addressing in tonight's show. Matt from the Stanford Sink, big up to you, my brother. How are you? How you been?
Yeah, nice one, man. I'm all right. Thanks very much for having me on. Pleasure as always. It's been an interesting weekend of football all round. I think Chelsea related and non-Chelsea related. So I'm looking forward to talking about it, man.
Fantastic. Sadiq came in late, so we have to still fix his screen.
Sorry.
Give me a second, people. I'm trying to. Here we go. I think that's the best we can do at short notice. Big up to you, Sadiq. Worldwide Chelsea. How are you, Baba?
Yeah, let me just check. Is there a sound playing in the background?
No, your audio is okay. Your audio is fine.
Oh, okay. Apologies. I can hear like music in the background. Maybe it's something that's playing. That's weird. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Welcome back. Chelsea beat Burnley. Chelsea have Barcelona on Tuesday, and then we are playing Arsenal. Arsenal are on fire. They're smashing it. They're doing some crazy stuff in the Premier League. Their record speaks volumes. But apparently there is a title contender. Chelsea. Chelsea are in the race. We are currently second. We are 6 points, I believe, behind Arsenal as it stands right now. And we play them this weekend. So that gap could be reduced down to 3 if Chelsea win that match. The question for everyone, is Chelsea in the race? Is Chelsea challenging? Can Chelsea do it? We'll talk about Chelsea generally. Then we'll focus on Maresca specifically. Matt has done a mad video earlier today comparing the managers since Antonio Conte, win percentage, performances, and I was actually quite surprised at some of the numbers. But what I've picked out two, and Matt will be kind enough to share the figures for both Antonio Conte and Enzo Maresca, and we will discuss that also as a segue. Can Chelsea win the Premier League this season, lads? Let me know. What's your opinions?
No. I'll jump in.
No.
I still don't think so, man. I think the truth of the fact is, like, this is kind of where we were similar this time last season. Do you know what I mean? By, you know, we were one game off going top, and then obviously we had like a big drop off. I don't expect us to have such a big drop off, but you know, I think the season, there's still more than half the season in front of us. Do you know what I mean? By a fair chunk. I think I would be willing to have this conversation if we were in this same position by January after this mad run of fixtures we've got coming up. Do you know what I mean? But for me personally, I think we're doing well at the moment. I am excited for how much better we can be when Cole Palmer comes back, but I still don't see it, man. I still don't see it.
Chelsea beat Arsenal next weekend. Will that make a big difference for you?
Yeah, it'd move the needle. It'd definitely move the needle. It'd nudge me a little bit more in that direction. But yeah, the thing is, it's like, it's not the games against Arsenal that are the difference, man. It's the Crystal Palaces and the Brentfords turning those draws into wins and not getting stuck behind low blocks. That's where the title lies, man. Do you know what I mean? We've proven over the last few seasons that we can go toe to toe with the big teams. We beat PSG, and that's why we're a good cup team. Do you know what I mean? Because we can play against the big teams and we're adaptable. But can we beat another 20 low blocks that we might come up against this season? That for me is the question, and I'm still not convinced.
All right. Anyone disagree with Matt? And thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next week.
No, I agree with Matt. We've got to get through those 10. Well, January. But it's not inconsistency, isn't it?
Kai, one thing that I've seen is, I mean, me personally, I agree with every word Matt just said. Me personally, I think it is early doors, but I am seeing a lot of Chelsea fans jumping on the bandwagon and saying that we are title contenders. We are only 6 points behind the Premier League leaders. We have got a fantastic record when it comes to defending. Even though we are lacking in that area, we still have a good chunk of clean sheets. Was it 7 clean sheets? I think six clean sheets in the last 12. That's half of our games we didn't concede a goal, and we have a defensive problem. So, is there a realistic hope, chance, or is it we don't want to put the pressure on our lads, on our team right now? Because let's be honest, the Premier League is something Chelsea has always aspired to achieve, and Chelsea has achieved on many occasions. So, is it the fact that we don't want to build up the hype and then be humbled at the end of the season if we don't win it?
But yeah, there's probably a lot of that in it, because you don't want to end up with pie on your face at the end of the season. But even if you don't take any of the other seasons into account, you just look at this season. We were talking about this a few times this season, because we'd go on a stinky run of form, then we'd turn it round, then we would be in the top part, in the top 4, and go, oh, maybe we're on a title run. Then we'd go through another stinky bit of form again. And now we're going through a good bit where we are in second. So statistically, yes, of course you can say we're in a title race because we are up there.
Yep.
But it's too inconsistent. There's still a few gaps in the squad that, we all feel that need to be filled to push us to that next level. But, I do agree with Matt. If we get through these Christmas games, then there's a conversation to be had. If we're still in and around there at the end of Christmas, then maybe. But this is going to be the biggest one. Even if we go and beat Arsenal this weekend, I still think it's too early. We need to get through this run, because we were in and around this position last season, and then we got into this period, and then we just disappeared, and then
Cole
just
Palmer
carried
disappeared.
on. January. Yeah, basically, Cole Palmer FC. It ended, and it went through on January all the way through, and then at the end of the season, we got a bit of form back at the end and managed to get top 4. So, yeah, this is the same for every season. This is the period that's where you see the drop off. It's always tight up until Christmas, and then you see a drop for all the teams in and around. So, yeah, I'm not in that vein that we're in a title race, not yet.
All right, fair enough. Sadiq, what's your thoughts on this?
Look, this is where I stand on it. Can Chelsea mount a title challenge? Yes, they can. And can they do it? is different. Is it they can mount, and can they win it? It's a different thing. Yeah, let's look at the strongest, the recent strong squad, the squad that we have in a recent form guide. Absolutely, momentum is on our side. If you look at the squad again, we have enough players to take us through. But the problem is, once we have confidence and we have momentum, everything right in the way that the team is playing right now. We have talented players, potential players that can co-palmers, and all these players that are there. But let's not forget our problems. It looks like some of the our fan base, especially some of the fans, forget what our problems used to be. Problem lack of experience is one of our problems. The reinforcement in the back is also a problem. Our attacking wingers are doing very good, but our main strikers, which is Delap and Jacques Pedro, are not doing what they're supposed to do. So we don't have to forget those problems and think since we have momentum, it means that we can go and win. We can challenge. Yeah, no doubt that we can challenge. But if we can win it, it's a different question.
Right now, we are playing this good with a team that is going through a crisis-ish situation with the injuries. I mean, Delap is not 100% yet. Mark Gui, had a total, what's the word? Unsettling situation just before the start of the season. He was here, he was in Sunderland, he's back, he's gone.
Right.
And now he's putting in a shift. I really liked, the performance he put in, the very short performance that he put in against Burnley, and the way that he set up Enzo Fernandez, strength, speed, decision making. We are not struggling when it comes to scoring goals, even though we are lacking in regards to some of our top attackers. Cole Palmer being away out through injury, Delap being missing for a good chunk of time, just come back. He needs a bit of time, but yet we're still scoring goals. We're getting goals all across the pitch.
I understand that, but
No. I just want to clarify one thing. Defensive wise, we have got an issue. Levi Colwell was out. Meresca asked for to strengthen the defense. That didn't happen, and yet we are not conceding a lot of goals. We've got half of our fixtures that we played ended up in a clean sheet. So if we start to play the way that we want to play with the players that we want to use, having that option in a couple of weeks will improve greatly. Specifically, Cole Palmer being back, some of the other players reaching their form, we would actually be in a better position for the remainder of the season. So, based on the struggles that we've had this season, and being where we are in the table, and again, I'm not advocating for those who are saying we are title challengers. I'm just saying I can understand why they would be saying that, because if you look at it from that standpoint, there is a case to be made for that. Sorry for cutting you off, and you carry on.
Yeah, that's okay. Just like I was trying to say, they can hang around the title race, title challenge, but to be honest with you, they can't win it because we brought in enough players that actually going to come in and score goals. If Delap is not producing the goals, I understand there are goals coming from all departments, especially the wings. Last season we had issue with our wingers scoring more goals. Madueke, Neto were not banging in goals like they were supposed to, but this season's a bit different. We brought in reinforcement, which is Delap and Jacques Pedro. They found it very difficult in the Premier League to get us the number of goals that we needed. If these two players were scoring, I could say maybe 80% of our problems is solved. But let's not forget the inexperience that we have in our squad. The momentum is on our side. It doesn't mean we can go on and win the Premier League. We can challenge. Because you have to remember, we haven't played those top guys.
What does challenge mean, though, man? What does challenge mean? Like I hear this a lot, and you've said it a few times. It's like we can challenge for the Premier League. We can be in and around. Like, does finishing second necessarily mean that you've mounted a title challenge? For me, a title challenge is like you're pushing the leaders to get in front of them. You're 1-2 games behind them right until the up end of the season. If we finish second, 9 points behind Arsenal, that wasn't a title challenge, was it? Do you know what I mean? Because there was such a gap. So is it like, when you say like we can challenge, like for me, we're only challenging if we've actually got a chance of winning. Do you know what I mean? But if we could finish second, but for me, that's not necessarily an actual title challenge.
I mean, if it's how difficult the Premier League is. If you find yourself in the second place, just like Arsenal have done a couple of seasons, a couple of years, that gave them that confidence that they can go ahead and win it this year. That's where the confidence is coming from. So if Chelsea are able to finish even, I'll say, okay, maybe 10 points gap between whoever wins it, it gives you that ultimatum or gives you that confidence to go in next season.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I just mean in terms of like,
I'm trying to say that they'll be hanging in there. They'll be piling pressure on the big guys out there. Like if we are able this season to beat the likes of Man City convincingly, beat Arsenal, even draw with Arsenal, beat Man United at Stamford Bridge, we're able to beat these traditional top 6 teams. It means that next season we had a chance to win the Premier League, but we haven't done that in many years. The top 6 has become very difficult for Chelsea to beat them many years. We've done Liverpool we're trying to close that gap with Liverpool. Now we have to do the same thing to Manchester City, Man United. Who else again? Would I say? I wouldn't even count Villa and the rest.
Sunderland.
Yeah. Those
Sunderland and Palace, mate, at the moment.
Yeah, Palace too is being a difficult team to beat at this.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let others jump in. So that's what I'm saying. That if you're able to beat these traditional 6, then next season will be much more easy for us to win it.
Yeah, okay.
I want to hear Sadiq, man. Sadiq, you be quiet, brother.
Oh, so I'm enjoying everyone's talk. I'm happy that Matt is jumping in, asking that. What do you mean? Like, what do you? You know what, guys? The vibe in itself. I just want to give a big shout out to Kai in it, because obviously he's got his hair up today, and I think that just shows the positivity right now for the families. We are in good moods. Okay, we have to talk about Kai's hair every stream. That is a must.
Sure.
So big shout out to Kai's hair behind Doggats. That's the first one. Second one.
Last time we mentioned Kai's hair, we made $50. So
I think we're talking about, even if we beat Arsenal, we gotta wait until Christmas. What if we lose? Are we gonna go back to what we were thinking before? That's another question. Second of all, Maresca has to make sure he doesn't make these comments that he done last season and implement that mentality into the team, right? It's all good. We're going to try to get through these fixtures, but it boils down to the manager. If the players have belief in the manager, we're going to continue. Same with what Nee's saying as well. We'll be around. I don't think it's going to be challenging, but we've said over the last couple streams, teams around us are giving us that, if you play Monopoly and you win that, the free stuff,
Free
we've got that
parking,
opportunity to pick that up, basically. That's what could happen. That Leicester 2016 run where there's a team, maybe Chelsea, we haven't won it in many years, right? We could see something happen special, of course. But we can only tell it's not even just about beating the big teams at home. What about when we used to have Jose Mourinho, Conte, we used to think, okay, let's pick up some big points away from home against the big 6. That was where we used to look at to see whether we're going to win the title. We're not even thinking about that right now. We're talking about, can we get through the fixtures and win at home and stuff.
Sadiq, I want to look at it from this point of view. Chelsea are performing well. Chelsea are putting in a good run of results. I mean, I think we've only lost one in 5-6 games. I think we lost one.
We won the last 8. Sorry, we won 8 games in the last 10 games in all competitions.
Yeah.
Grateful.
We drew against Karabag and who else did we drop points against?
One more.
Lost Sunderland, didn't it?
Sunderland?
Who?
Sunderland. Yeah, we lost 2-1 Sunderland, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sunderland.
Yeah. So in regards to performances, we're doing well, and Matt is going to show us a graphic specifically on MERASCA in just a second. But I think in regards to the challenge or the race, and I hate to say this, but I think it's really going to boil down to, is Arsenal able to be consistent enough to maintain this form for the rest of the season? And I think that is something quite difficult to do. And we've seen them fall off towards the back end of the season. So this is the thinking in my opinion. If Chelsea are to mount a challenge, I think where we are right now is pretty much what we can realistically achieve. If Arsenal were to slip up, Chelsea can pounce. Is that realistic?
That's probably that could be it because no one else is convincing, right? City are okay at home. Away from home, they're a bit shaky at the moment. Liverpool are all over the place, and Matt was right on Liverpool so far. Maybe it could change. Who knows? You never know. But at the moment, it doesn't look good. But just quickly as well, I want to add my last point on this as well. I think we've been very critical of Robert Sanchez. Okay, one thing I want to applaud him on is his mentality. I don't know if you've seen his interview and stuff, the way he's been speaking, and he needs to back that up on the pitch. And you can see right now, I think he's one clean sheet behind David Raya, who's having the time of his life at Arsenal. So we've got to give him his flowers at the moment. He's improved in the air. Personally, I've seen great balls given. Obviously, they're still a bit shaky at the back where he gives that dodgy pass and it's still gone through. Even for the last goal, it was very close and it went to Gusto and we managed to break through and stuff. So, another day could go wrong, but yeah, we talk about inexperience, defensive issues. But I think Robert Sanchez does need a bit of praise in this team currently on form, where it's kind of helping us. And I can't believe I'm saying that because everyone was talking about we need Mike Penders in goal or Slanina or get rid of Sanchez or whatever it was. Everyone had an opinion, right? So yeah, as you guys said, we are on momentum right now. We've got to see when this blip happens because there is going to be a blip. It's just when and whether we can get through it.
Can it happen next weekend?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. We haven't beaten Arsenal in years, guys. We need to be realistic.
Yeah. Big up to Verona. I think that's Verona. Big up to Verona. Big up to RC. Big up to everyone. Big up to Chelsea Dan. Big up to everybody in the chat. Please smash that like button. Smash that like button. YouTube algorithm is doing everyone dirty over the past couple of weeks, and not just my channel. Everyone on this panel here has been struggling for views because of the YouTube algorithm. So if you want to support us, smash that like button. Smash that like button. What is the defining factor that could change the season for Chelsea and for Arsenal? What needs to happen for Chelsea to be in the title race?
Arsenal
Both
have to have
Arsenal.
Arsenal have got to have a stinky run of form for like 5 or 6 games, and
Can you see it happening?
Nah, man, not really. To be honest, I'll just a little comment on Arsenal. Right, the thing is, no one hates seeing. We all hate seeing Arsenal do well, but the thing is, what you've got to give Arsenal credit to is every season that they've bottled it before this, there was obvious gaps in their team where they needed to reinforce. They bought like champions this year. Do you know what I mean? They went into the transfer market and they bought like champions. They reinforced their defence again. Hincapié, Mosquera, sorry. So when players are dropping out, they've got people to come straight in. They've bought Eze, who's just got a hat-trick against Tottenham in a London derby today. Do you know what I mean? Like this, Gyökeres obviously is, Marino weirdly still seems to be their best finisher, but they've bought Gyökeres who can get ugly goals and they've got attacking options now. I think the thing is, Arsenal don't have any holes in their squad or shaky things where you're looking at them and you'd be like, oh yeah, well, if they lose that one player, Declan Rice, arguably, maybe if Declan Rice goes out, maybe they struggle a bit then. But with us, if we lose Trevor Chalobah, then our centre-back consistency disappears again. If we lose, Moises Caicedo, then we're going to completely fall apart. Do you know what I mean? It's like we are 1 or 2 injuries. Yeah. I just feel like we're a couple of like players away from a bad patch of form, and Arsenal, to me, look like that. Even if they lose the odd player here or there, maybe apart from Declan Rice, they've just got people ready to jump in, man. So I think Arsenal squad depth will really do it for them this season.
Matt, just quickly, let's just say we're like 5 points behind in Jan.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask this. But would you guys give away the Champions League, like literally not compete, crash out, and we purely focus one game a week on the league?
I don't know,
Win
man.
it till go and win it.
Yeah,
To
so
go,
to then go
Yeah.
challenge for the league,
I
right? That's
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
If I had the choice between Champions League and Premier League, I'd pick
yeah.
the Premier League.
I
it's
guess
been
just
been a
on
while.
recency, isn't it? Just on
Yeah.
recency,
Yeah.
like we've won the Champions League in recent memory, but the Prem is nearly a decade
Prem,
ago,
we
man.
need the
So
Prem, guys. We need the Prem.
yeah.
Because
No, no,
Arsenal could be on form, right? And don't get me wrong, they look very good in Champions League as well. By the way,
yeah.
imagine them doing a double. I mean, I don't think that'll happen, but
Don't-
there's a possibility. There is.
yeah, no, it is what it is. Mate, an Arsenal treble, we'd never hear the end of it ever. That'd be it forever. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
mate, awful.
I do think Arsenal are going to have a blip though.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to sustain us all the way through. I know they absolutely battered Tottenham, but Tottenham are shite anyway. So no, that's a different story. But I do think there is going to be a blip for them. I don't think it's going to be a long one though. I think it's going to be maybe 3 games.
Yeah.
They'll drop, they'll draw, they'll lose, but there will be a slight blip, and that will be the opportunity for teams to take it. Because after that, I think they'll be pretty solid for the rest of the season.
I think Arsenal will do better if they're not leagues and leagues out in front. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, the last few times they've bottled it, they've had like a fair chunk of points between them and the next guy, and that puts even more pressure on them, doesn't it? But I think I almost feel like they might have a better chance if there's only 1 or 2 games in it, and someone takes them to the wire. Do you know what I
But
mean?
they've had a few chunks of points already this season, haven't they? I swear at one point they were 10 points.
I think it was 9, but it was like the next day
play.
it changed because it was like in the same weekend kind of thing. So like I don't think they've been that far in front after a full weekend's worth of football.
I want
I have
to.
to jump in and give you a few.
Go ahead,
of
Nick.
the
Go ahead.
question is for Chelsea to be out there, the defense have to stay healthy. If I don't know about the status of Fafana right now, if we have another injury with any of the defense that we have now, then we need to forget about even trying to challenge or getting close to top 2 or top 3 to finish the league. That's what I would say. The defense doesn't stay healthy. We need to forget about it.
I mean, in regards to defense, Nee, we seem to be getting in good vein of form defensively. We've had issues defensively by making mistakes. We've not had defensive problems. We've had defensive mistakes that have cost us. And I think, how shall I put this? It's really expensive errors that have either cost us a goal or have cost us a player, red cards. We have, we have overcome those. In regards to player wise, I mean, we've got some really good defenders. Achampon, Fofana, Chalaba, Tosin, Ish, Badashilish. We have got some good defenders. The Sassi, but so it's just a matter of actually getting that consistency. Matt did a video on this a few weeks back talking about the number of different combinations of defenders that we've had. So having consistency is key, and it looks like we are settling down a little bit more. I want to bring up the graphics. Matt, can you please bring up the graphic for Antonio Conte, and then discuss to us what Antonio Conte did, and then bring up the graphic for Enzo Maresca and what Enzo Maresca is currently doing, because I want to do a comparison in regards to, is Enzo Maresca actually able to win the title?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so my video today was literally just about looking at consistency, because the thing is, like, obviously Tuchel won the Champions League. I actually made a mistake with Tuchel's figures. His win percentage was 16 on 52. But Tuchel won the Champions League and he had in and around 60%. So Antonio Conte, you saw there, man, 106 matches, 69 wins. Oh, hold on, let me... 106 matches, 69 wins, 9 draws, 28 losses. So that's, that is the last time we won a league. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that is the consistency, the level, the last time we've won a league. And the truth be told is things have actually jumped up a notch since then as well. You think about, Pep and Klopp, when they were going at it, you had a margin of 2 games that you could lose an entire season. Do you know what I mean? So their win percentages were insanely high. Maresca, so 106 wins for Conte, 69 wins, 9 draws, 28 losses. Maresca, thus far, since he joined, 82 matches, so just about 20 matches less, 52 wins, 12 draws, 18 losses. So it's a shame I can't.
Can you put them side to side on the screen?
Yeah, I can, but they'll go behind the panel. Maybe I can make them smaller. Hold on.
It's good to see Matt in charge of this. This is amazing.
Welcome to Stanford Stink.
This is amazing, guys.
Love my graphics, man. 1 second. This is more awkward. I'm massive on the screen now as well, like a giant.
We like that, man. But where's Mo?
Don't worry about Mo. I'm watching this.
All right. Okay. There we go. There.
So Matt, just looking at this, the percentage difference. So
minimal, man.
Yeah, Conte, 106 games, 65.9%. 82 games, Meresca, 63.41%.
There is one really important thing about this, and this is something I maybe should have mentioned in my video that I didn't. There's a really important nuance when you consider Maresca's 82 games and Conte's 106. Enzo Maresca had the Conference League, which was what, like.
I'm going to mention that now.
So we won apart from the return fixture to Servette for the qualifier. Do you know what I mean? We had to do the double header against Servette, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that's the only game in the Conference League that we didn't win for the entire competition, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. And what's that? 16 games overall, is it, for the entire season? Yeah. Something like that. So I'm sure had Antonio Conte have had those games instead of Champions League games, because one thing Conte wasn't particularly, he didn't do that well in the Champions League for us, did he? But at the same time, it's like you can, Kai says it, and I 100% agree, you can only beat what's in front of you. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Enzo Maresca has beaten 63% of what's been put in front of him at the moment. So, the other interesting thing there is if you look at, weirdly, Conte looked like he was, maybe it's the Champions League, Conference League thing again, but Conte was a bit more keen on a loss than Maresca was. Do you know what I mean? Maresca's got already more draws and in the same amount of in less games. Do you know what I mean? So you could have thought by the time Maresca reaches that 106 games, then his losses could be less as well if he carries on going on the way he's going at the moment. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting, man. I thought it was interesting. Yeah. In another 20 games, they'll have played the same amount, and that will make for really interesting reading then, I think.
Yeah, not 100%. I mean, I wanted to bring that up because we've had, guys, Matt literally did a video talking about all the managers from Conte to Enzo Maresca and comparing their stats since the last time we won the Premier League. The video is live on his channel. Please go and check it out after the stream. It's a great video. And it's really interesting. And by the way, a lot of people did not give Frank Lampard his flowers. And I think when you watch that video, you will be surprised at the figures in comparison to the other managers. Excuse me.
Yeah, Frank Lampard was on the list twice. One was much better than the other.
One was as a caretaker.
Yeah.
Guys, take over for a second. I'm going to drink some water. I'll be right back.
So yeah, Frank Lampard actually did pretty well, man. So Frank Lampard had, hold on, I've got all of my things here. But Frank Lampard was like, he did better than obviously Graham Potter. Graham Potter was like 38% win ratio, man. 38%. Tragic. That was so bad, man. That was so bad.
When did you upload this today?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, nice one, man. I did make one mistake in the video that I've pinned it in the comments. Tuchel got 60% win ratio, and I had 52 there for some reason. But Tuchel did pretty well. But do you know what was really surprising to me? So Maresca actually has the best of all 7 managers since Antonio Conte. Spoiler, but it's all in there. Maresca has the best win percentage. The second best was Maurizio Sarri. Isn't that wild? Isn't that absolutely wild?
Hate on him.
Yeah. I mean, he did all right, man, because him and Tuchel both finished third. Do you know what I mean? So realistically, although it might not have been the most fun, interesting, football to watch or whatever, Sarri actually did pretty well as far as our recent managers have been concerned.
That was another one as well, the Europa as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right. So sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. I just started coughing. I had to get some water. Dry throat. Listen, Enzo Maresca, his figures are a lot better than a lot of us were expecting. Enzo Maresca, yes. Conference League, yes. Club World Cup, yes. Different, a different level to Conte. However, Enzo Maresca is getting the results in the Premier League this season, and the league table tells you that. Second in the league, 12 games played, 6 clean sheets. Is Enzo Maresca being harshly criticized by some?
Yeah.
So me personally, I really was uncomfortable, unhappy at his decision making at the start of the season, especially when it came to the red cards, when it came to the way he managed the team. I also believe that Enzo Maresca is lacking in experience. However, is the results, is the performances, is he being underestimated, misjudged by some of the fans? I'd like to hear what you guys think.
Yeah. Go on, Kai. We haven't heard you.
And I was just going to say, it happens quite a lot, right? So when you criticize someone, you're completely against them, you hate them, they need to get out of the club, kind of thing. And then when you praise them, it's the complete opposite. Like you're their best friend, teacher's pet, whatever it is. Criticism is part and parcel in every walk of life. And does Maresca lack experience? Yes, it's 100% true. Of course he does. He's learning on the job. We all say this. Was he making poor managerial decisions? Yes, the criticism was fair. But no, at least for myself and a lot of the panelists, none of us were sitting here going Maresca out because of these managerial decisions. We were just saying he's making these mistakes. He needs to learn from this quickly. Otherwise, it's long day. The doors slowly opening for him. But if you criticize someone, it's part and parcel of anywhere.
Are you the London Mayor? Part of the parcel.
There's 2 types of fan criticism as well, isn't there? There's the fan criticism that I think that we generally do on this panel here, where the criticism that we give him are based on things that we want him to improve upon and want to see him get better at, so he can be the guy that makes our team better. And then the other type of criticism is he's not good enough, and I don't think he can be good enough. So I think, and I agree with you, Mo. I do think that there are still quite a lot of fans out there that have been quite quick to jump on that when things haven't been going our way, and that I do think that is harsh. Like I say, man, I just mentioned it a minute ago. Graham Potter's win percentage was 38%. That was justified of wanting a manager out. Do you know what I mean? Because it was tragic, it was poor, it was terrible. I'd have been happy to have kept Frank Lampard for longer than we did. I'd have been happy to have kept Thomas Tuchel for longer than we did, and neither of their win percentages currently were as good as Enzo Maresca's is.
Even Pochettino.
Yeah. The Pochettino thing, I think that ultimately Pochettino was a very expensive interim manager in the grand scheme of things. I don't ever think he was going to stay, but at the same time, he did well enough. Do you know what I mean? He did well enough. I think when you're looking at, like I say, the type of criticism, I think all of us here, when we criticise, maybe not you were pretty savage about Maresca on one of the start of one of them streams, and fair play, man. Do you know what I mean? This is, we're all entitled to our opinions and that. But
Tell him the truth.
I haven't seen enough terrible things from Maresca. Like, I saw so much bad from Graham Potter. It was obvious. I was like, this just isn't going to work. But with Maresca, there's potential there, and he is making mistakes, and the criticism that we give him will be based on whether he improves on these things that we see him get wrong or not. Graham Potter didn't improve on mistakes that he made, and he didn't learn anything. And you can see that because he was rubbish at West Ham, and he's currently being rubbish at Sweden as well, because they're getting plastered in his international jobs. So I think that's just how it is, isn't it, man? It's like if Maresca loses 10 games in a row or something because he hasn't changed anything, then okay, maybe we have that conversation.
So just quickly, I want to ask. I know it's a random one here, guys. Slot, he's losing. He's losing crazy right now. I still think it's early to make that choice.
Yeah, same.
Get him out.
I can't believe it, man. I can't he won the Premier League.
Yeah, like
I think on Slot's thing that I think he's lost some of the players. Some of the older heads, like I'm looking at like the Salahs and the Van Dijks, they just don't look like, maybe they just don't understand the way that they want him to play, because they've been playing one specific way for years. I mean, even last year when he come in, it was still pretty much the same way Klopp was playing.
Yeah.
Now he's sort of changed it, and maybe, but yeah, it's very. Geezer won the Premier League, man. Like,
Outrageous.
yes, they're going on a poor run of form, but they're still in and around it, innit? They're not like they're 20 points behind.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Slot is Meresca 2.0. And I say this when you look at his history. When you look at his history, when you look at what he has achieved, he hasn't really done much. In fact, he's done a little bit more than Meresca. He won the Dutch league and he won the Dutch Cup with Feyenoord. But he came in and he won the Premier League in his first season, right? And then everyone thinks he's the next, but the next best thing since sliced bread. He's not. Meresca. Slot, in my opinion, was lucky. He came in riding the wave of Jurgen Klopp and his energy, his enthusiasm. The players, continued. They played well, but I believe, and actually had a discussion last night on Footy Judge Moore's channel, and there was a Liverpool fan there, and the consensus is he doesn't have the respect of the players, because Liverpool, the players they have, should not be where they are right now in the league. The amount of money they've spent, and do you know what? They used to say this about Chelsea all the time. Chelsea buy titles. Chelsea buy.
Yeah.
So why can't Liverpool buy titles when they spent $500 million on players, and then
In Carragher was saying that they need to spend some more money in Jan.
So,
That's a clown.
Slot is the problem.
Outstanding.
I don't think Slot is the problem, man. I think
if you can't get your players to play for you,
mate,
they
that's
know
savage,
how to
man.
play football. They know how to play football.
They need one player, and he's in our team.
Another one.
Caicedo.
He's in our team.
Caicedo.
They need one player. He's in our team.
No. They don't need Caicedo. I think they need to buy Lavia next season.
Mate, no, let me pick up on that though, man.
Come back in for Lavia. We'll sell him.
I think
we'll sell him with his nurses and his doctors and all the entourage. You can have them all.
I think saying it's Slot's fault is savage, man. I think Slot is dealing with 3 separate issues at the moment, which combined make it almost impossible to do what he did last year. Issue number 1, he is now trying, because he's got new players and he's lost some players and he's brought in a load of new players. Problem 1 is he's trying to implement his style of football, which is different, right? So tactical change, that's one thing. That leads into problem 2. So he's losing some of the players like Salah and Van Dijk, but ultimately it's not just because of the tactics change. They're in their 30s, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're in their 30s, and Salah especially, was always a ticking time bomb.
I've got to ask this. So if the players are too young, they can't win titles. If the players are too old, they can't win titles. So what?
No. But no, it's reasonable, isn't it? It's reasonable that you expect players to drop off at some point. It is incredible that Salah has been able to keep going for as long as he has at this age. Do you know what I mean? So if Salah and Van Dijk are naturally starting to have physical drop-offs, then that's another problem that he's got to deal with. And the other problem that he's got to deal with is the fact that they've just spent $500 million on brand new players, including the players they've lost. They've just completely changed their first team, and they've gone and they've spent 200 mil on 2 strikers that both want to play every single game, and they're both really young, and they're going to be egotistical about it, because you have to be egotistical to be a good striker in the Premier League. So he's got egos to manage of some of the most expensive superstars in the Premier League. He's trying to implement his own style, which he's, obviously didn't do last season. And he's got players that are starting to get towards the end of their careers that aren't loving the fact that this style is having to change as well. To expect him to just win the Premier League again with all of that, for me, is nuts. And I think that if you get to the end of next season and Liverpool is stinking out the joint again, then yeah, fair enough. But this always was going to be a transitional season for Liverpool, man, and I'm not surprised to see this at all. In fact,
back to back. No, it is.
I do think with the players that they do have, though, that they should be putting on a little bit better. I'm not saying that they should be winning the league this year, because it's almost impossible, but they should be doing better. I think some of the reasons, and this is Onslaught, there are players in there that he's not wanting to drop. Maybe because of pressure, or he doesn't want to take the backlash if he does. But you see all the Liverpool fans' reactions, and it's beautiful to watch at the moment. I've never seen a meltdown like it, unless it's Arsenal. But they've all been calling for Salah out. Get him off, take him off, change it a little bit. But he's not doing it, and it is a player that is hindering them in some sense. And if he's also a player that is potentially not going to be part of their future because he's getting on, or whatever it may be, then now's the opportunity to start changing things in that front line, trying new things out. But every time I've seen them play, it's pretty much the same front line.
I mean, who do you play instead of Salah on the right-hand side, though, man?
That luckily, I'm not paid the big bucks at Liverpool.
No, but I just mean
from
a manager perspective, do you know what I mean? It's like, who do you actually put in front of Salah?
Change formation.
Change formation.
Isak up top, even bringing Wirtz more often behind us.
This has been terrible.
I know,
you can go to a 4-4-2, or you can play. I mean, Ekitike plays on the wing as well.
Versus Timo Werner 2.0, man.
I mean, why can Chelsea play right backs in defense, right backs in midfield, right backs as number 10s, right backs as wingers, as
that's Merasca's style, though, isn't it?
No. It's not just Merasca. It's not just Merasca. Tuchel did it as well. Conte did it as well. We are able to do it. A lot of our managers have done it. Liverpool, for some reason, the players can only play in one position. I don't get it.
Yeah, but Mo, you saw Gusto come on. Yeah, he makes a great run in the middle, gives it to the guy on the right, hits it back. The way he hits the ball, you can tell he can't kick a ball.
Listen, he's playing football from the defense all the way to attack. Then when he gets to the goal line, he starts playing cricket and hits the ball out for 6. Like, he playing football. Don't play cricket when it comes to shooting, man. Bam, 6. Like, what?
I mean, it's not that common across the league, is it? That level of versatility. We've seen a bit of it with City, but you don't really see it in Arsenal very much. Do you know what I mean? You don't, Slot hasn't classically been like that as far as we've seen him so far. I think that the thing is, Chelsea's the Avengers. Do you know what I mean? The guys that are buying the players, they look for versatile players as well. That is another difference. Do you know what I mean? We're categorically targeting versatile players. I think Kai talked about it a little while ago, like his kind of conspiracy theory about Chelsea's purchase is that the idea is we just want players that can play everywhere, so we've always got someone to play somewhere. But with Liverpool, they do most of their, for instance, we've got some players that you wouldn't play Chalobah in midfield, would you? Or you wouldn't play Garnacho up front and whatever.
We have played Chalobah.
Merasca has.
Has he actually?
I think he has.
Yeah,
of course he has. But in general, do you know what I mean?
Do you remember? Do you remember Pulisic playing as left back?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, it wasn't good though. It wasn't good though, was it?
Captain America. We had a fan base on lockdown.
We had Alonso playing as striker.
Oh mate, well we've got Cucurella playing as a striker at the moment, pretty much, haven't we?
Yeah. No. Look, I I actually like that about Chelsea. I like that about our club. Having that diversity in the positioning of our players, especially when we know we are going to have injuries. We know we are going to have to utilize them. I mean, Joel Hato, left back, left wing back, and centre back as well. We have got players who can play multiple positions, and we are pushing for that, which is fantastic. I want to go back to Chelsea, and I want to address this bit. Cole Palmer should be back within the next couple of weeks, pending another injury at home. I don't know where. We need to wrap him in cotton wool at this rate. But I mean, Cole Palmer coming back in a couple of weeks. How big of an impact is that going to have on this current squad playing the way we have been playing over the past few weeks without him? I want to hear your thoughts, lads. Yeah, I know, Sadiq.
It is actually cold right now as well, man.
It's freezing.
It's
That's why I
freezing.
was coughing, because I've got a heater in the background and just dried up all the hair. So, Cole Palmer's return. What are we expecting, people?
Let's hear Nee. I heard Nee
Yeah,
for about 5
Nee's been
years.
quiet, man. Nee's been quiet. Go on, Nee.
Well, we all know we miss Cole Palmer. We can try and sugarcoat it and say, hey, without Cole Palmer, we're still good. But we know we're lacking in the midfield. Midfield, need Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer return will really boost the team and also, make things more easy from the way the guys play. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it will be a good addition. We can do without him, but we still need him. He improves the team. So there's not much I can say with Cole Palmer, but yeah, he's a talent. We know when he's on his day, he's got that momentum. He has that, he's got things going. He's different. It makes a lot of difference for us in the team. So yeah, I don't think if we have even if we have Cole Palmer, we'll be relying so much on Estavio Williams, trying to make him be the man to make a difference in our team. So yeah, I'm very happy to see him back.
Before I go to the next panelist, people, we have got a giveaway today.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's get to 20 likes. I think we're on 13 at the moment. If we get to 20 likes within the next 8 minutes, so within an hour of the stream, if we get to 20 likes, I will be giving away some memberships. So I can see some of the accounts currently in the stream looking a bit bare without that membership tag. So to get that tag, let's get the likes up to 20, and then we will be giving out some free memberships on the Blue Lounge. Cole Palmer returning from injury. Who wants to jump in next?
I've just got one thing to say about it, man. Cole Palmer coming back isn't even just about Cole Palmer coming back. It's about bringing João Pedro back as well. Because I just think that João Pedro, as what we've seen so far, has looked amazing whenever Cole Palmer's on the field. And without him, he looks like he struggles. So if bringing Cole Palmer back can turn João Pedro into that, 6 goals in 7 games that we saw at the beginning of the season and from the Club World Cup, then I think that could be massive, not even just for what Cole Palmer, the numbers that he can bring to the team, but maybe what he can get out of João Pedro as well.
I agree with that. He's going to unlock a lot of the players on the pitch. The link-ups he was doing with Esteval, in pre-season, he understands how the lap moves from obviously, playing with them in the under-23s at City. So there's the understanding there. He's a lot of things. And hopefully he'll come back when we're in a good position. Because one thing that Cole Palmer has had for the last, since he's been here, is literally the weight of this football club on his shoulders, expecting him to do everything. And that's probably why he was trying so hard to make things happen and maybe overcomplicating things at times. If we're in a good position, he comes back, he's not going to be expected to do everything again, because we're coping without him. And of course, we're doing well without him, but we are so much better with him. So it's exciting for him to come back. I'm gutted that he's not going to be here for Barcelona or Arsenal. More so Arsenal.
Yeah.
But I also don't want him to be rushed back and then he disappears for another 3 months. So, yeah.
Do you know what it is? I think the fact that we've had this gap without Cole Palmer is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
It's actually a good thing because it's made other players have to step up, and it also gave Cole Palmer the realization that he doesn't have to push so hard every time he's on that pitch because he can, depend on his teammates. He can depend on the other players. But I really like what Matt said in regards to João Pedro returning because João Pedro is a different player without Cole Palmer in the side. Massive difference. Massive difference. The link up between João Pedro and Cole Palmer and even Estevao. João Pedro in the 9, Cole Palmer in the 10, Estevao on the right. That is a lethal combination. And in attack, having those guys, playing together, do you know what? We will be challenging for the title. If we have those 3 guys fit until the end of the season, can you just picture it? Can you imagine it? The
Mo,
link up between
what
Cole
challenging
Palmer.
is? Can you tell us what
Huh?
Can you tell us what challenging is?
Challenging is we end up being a point or two away from the title
Yeah.
or winning the title. That
That's
is what
it, yeah.
challenging is.
Agreed.
I'm not going to be sitting back and say, "Oh, we finished second, 15 points behind Arsenal, and yeah, give it a go." That is not challenging, man. That is not challenging. I want to be there within a couple of points. I want to be there to the last game of the season. Us winning, getting the title, them winning, they getting the title. 3 points difference. That's a challenge for me. Last game of the season. And do you know what? I miss that. I miss being, in and around the title race because we've been looking at top 3 for a very very long time, and that's been our goal. And you know what? Other fans have picked up on it. When they're talking about Chelsea, they're talking about Chelsea Champions League finish, and we've kind of accepted that. It's been a while since we won the Premier League, so and you know deep down, I think we can. But at the same time, I think it was Kai who said it. We don't want to be, at the end of the season having egg on our faces, and we didn't do it. There is that fear. There is that fear of us, putting our necks on the line, saying, "Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to make it," and then falling short. I believe Chelsea are contenders in a season or two. Not only contenders, we'll be leading the pack, and then the man then will be running after us. Right now, if we can be there, Cole Palmer, Estevao, João Pedro, Delap getting back into form, we'll have so many options in attack. And if we can keep our defensive setup the way it is, and minimizing the number of goals that we're conceding, why not?
These boys as well, Garnacho. You forgot about Garnacho.
Garnacho is playing against Barcelona. I can see it. Garnacho on the left,
Estevao
on the right.
Yes, let's go. I can't wait. This is the one.
I will just say one thing about the title challenge.
Before you come in, Matt, there was someone. They said to me that I'm going to be trying to give you Barcelona tickets,
Bro,
but they kind of went
listen.
low key.
Listen. Wallahi, I swear to you,
Yeah,
everyone is going to this game.
I know. Not me though.
Bro, I've asked everyone for spares. Every single one to get. I think Arsenal can get you, but Barca, I can't get. It might be last minute, bro. Honestly, it might be last minute.
Let me know because I finished work at 5 and I need to get.
Same.
Yeah. I'll be running down.
Whereabouts you work in the area?
So I'll be in Hillingdon on
Arsenal
on Tuesday. Hillingdon.
That's near Arsenal, no?
Nah, man, that's like near Uxbridge.
Oh,
Uxbridge.
west. Okay, sorry.
Southwest.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I won't be too far away. I mean, it'll probably take me an hour drive, and then I'll park somewhere. I'll probably park by Acton or Ealing area, and then get the train from there.
Okay, cool.
So I'll see.
It'll
But yeah,
minute, but I was gonna message you literally yesterday, but I've been asking everyone. I've only got tickets for myself and family members at the moment. So yeah, I'm trying to get it sorted for you. But Arsenal, if you want to go Arsenal, I think I could get you Arsenal.
I'm not saying no, brother. I'm not saying no.
I'll talk to you soon anyway. But
yeah, but for Arsenal, give me a little bit of notice because
I'll give you notice.
I've got a few things planned this weekend, so I'll have to just move them about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just quickly as well, I've got audit tomorrow, unfortunately, at work, so I do need to head out. I need to go to the office as well this week, which is an absolute nightmare. So I'll catch you guys very, very soon. Big up Nee, big up Matt, big up Kai, big up Mo. Loving the new setup, loving the new logos at the top right. I mean,
Madness,
it's
man.
very nice to see, if I'm being honest. So look at the
Let-
comments. I have a ticket for Barcelona game. You near my cousin yard. As I've had an operation now. Can't go. My cousin's selling a spare ticket, Mo. Boom.
Dan, hit me up on Twitter or on TikTok. Actually, do you know what? I'll get your telephone number from Nee, and I'll probably give you a call.
Sort it out. Sort it out. Let
We'll,
me know,
we'll
Mo.
sort
When
out.
you're
We'll sort out.
free.
We'll sort out. We'll
Sort
sort
it
out. We'll sort out. We'll
I'll
sort out.
catch you guys soon.
Worldwide Chelsea people, make sure you like, subscribe, show some love to Worldwide Chelsea. Big up, big up, big up,
Take
Good night, Sadiq.
Sadiq.
Take it easy, bro.
big up.
Jeez, mate.
Yeah, Dan, I'll reach out to you, brother. I'll reach out to you 100%. Let me just adjust the screen. Matt, I know your train of thought probably is all over the place, but if you can remember what you were
Just
about
about.
to say, yeah, go ahead.
So just in terms of the title challenge, like I kind of back what Nee was saying earlier about like I think the focus this year should be like let's try and get the points against some of the big six teams, and then that can give us going into next season. And realistically, for a title challenge next season, the reason I think it's possible is because if you look at the difference between us and Arsenal right now, like people are waxing lyrical about Arsenal right now. Their squad is so good, they're smashing games, they're acting like champions. I've said things like that myself, and we have been pretty savage about Chelsea a couple of times this season. Do you know what I mean? And honestly, we needed to be, the rotation, the defense, mistakes, errors and stuff. And with how much we're talking about how good Arsenal are and how much of an inconsistent season we're saying that Chelsea have had, we're only 6 points behind them. So if we fix all of these problems and buy a couple of players, we're not a million miles away from being exactly where Arsenal are, even though the gap seems big. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Because there's literally, at this point in the season, we're only a few points behind them. So I don't think it's crazy to think that we could be up there challenging for that title next season, man. Because like I say, as much as we wax lyrical about Arsenal right now, and as on off and inconsistent as Chelsea's season has been, truth of the fact is they're only 6 points in front of us, and that could be 3 by the next weekend.
That is why it is very, very important to keep the manager. He knows what he's building. He can visit, or I'll say he can correct or bring in players that he feel like, okay, this season these players were not that good. They couldn't help, even those from the bench that we have at this moment. That player, this player A and B, are not that good enough. I need to bring in different players next season that can help with the squad depth. So keeping that manager for next season is very important. Getting some key players out in terms of the defense. I think we are good in the left and the right side of the attack, and in the middle we're good. We should keep those players, but just reinforce the midfield, keep the manager. Chelsea could close the gap, keep closing the gap, just like Arsenal have done for the past 6 years, and then the chance for you for you to win it will be right there. At the time that we're doing it, we're winning the Premier League. The model is different compared to now. It will take time for us to grow to get into it.
I want to ask this because I'm trying to remember, but when was the last time Chelsea had a manager who was here for more than 2 seasons? It must have
18
been
months. 18 months is the
It
longest
was,
it can be.
it wasn't even Mourinho, was it? Because he didn't.
18 months.
No, he did 2 seasons. No, it was Mourinho, wasn't it? Was the last
Mourinho's
one?
first season, yeah.
No, Mourinho's second spell. He did 2 seasons and sacked in the beginning of the 3rd season, was it not? Because he won the league in the 2nd season after he came back, didn't he? And we didn't obviously sack him then.
It's 18 months. He was there for
Was
18 months.
What, the second time? We won the league. He didn't win the league in the 1st season he came back, though, did he? We won the league in the 2nd season. So, no, it can't have been 18 months. I'm sure Mourinho was 2 and a bit.
It could have been 18 months if he came not at the start of the season.
No, it was. He was. I remember he definitely started because it was.
2015.
Right?
It was after Gus Hiddink, wasn't it? Because Gus Hiddink took over again for a little bit after. Who was it? It was Rafa, wasn't it? It was the Rafa season, and then I think we had Gus Hiddink as interim for a little bit. Then Mourinho came back, and then he didn't win the league the first season. Bought Matic halfway through that season, and then we won, and obviously got Fabregas at the start of the next season, and then we won the league. But he didn't leave then, did he? So I'm sure it was Mourinho.
He started in June 2013, and he was sacked December 2015.
Yeah.
So he was there for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years and a bit.
Yeah, 2 and a bit.
Lewis, your logo is on the screen, brother. Your logo is on the screen. Where are you? Where are you? Big up to Lewis. Big up to Lewis, and thank you for the super chat. Liverpool and City are not at their best, and Arsenal will what? Will seed? Will
We'll
what seed?
Yeah, seed, like drop points.
We'll seed at the end of the season. We need to take it. We need to take it. Period. That the standards, that the Chelsea mentality. We are the CFC. End of. Thank you for the super chat, Lewis, brother. You gotta be jumping on the streams. You gotta be jumping on the streams, man. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions, guys. Football fans and beyond. The only reason I said that properly is because it's there in front of my screen. I always mess it up. Football fans and beyond. One of our panelists currently dealing with some stuff. I'm not going to say more. Dealing with some stuff. Hopefully, he will be back in the future shows. But yeah, make sure you show some love to his channel. Subscribe, like his videos, all that good stuff. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Much appreciated. In regards to the length of time, if Maresca is still here at the end of the season, and to be honest, I don't see a reason for why that shouldn't be the case, unless something mad happens. I mean, if he continues the current run of form, the current way he's doing things, there is no need for a massive change. If Maresca is here for a third season, that would be a milestone for Chelsea managers that hasn't been surpassed for a very, very long time. And we've had some legends of this club who haven't been here for 2+ seasons. So
Yeah, it's mad, man.
that'd be
Honestly,
interesting. Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
it's like I think what Blueco have wanted ever since they came in is a really long-term manager, and for me, you can see that by the fact they gave Graham Potter a 7-year deal. It is mental that we've ended up having, what is it, like 6, 7 managers we've had in the last few years just since Blueco have taken over. But I think what they want is a long-term guy. So honestly, I think that we'll see, as long as we finish inside the Champions League, I think we'll see Maresca here for years to come. I think the only way Maresca gets ousted is not if we're not winning, it's only if things look like they're getting really bad, like if we drop into the 12th like we did Graham Potter. I think that is kind of the barrier, if I'm honest. I think even if we finish 6th or something next year, I don't think they'd sack him, because what I think they want is a long-term guy.
Is he building something?
I think if he gets Champions League again this year and doesn't get it next year, they might look to sack him then.
Do you reckon?
Because if they've been in Champions League 2 years in a row? Remember, obviously, the money, the things, the things that it brings.
Yeah,
to the,
we'll have a
a
sponsor.
lot of the players, yeah, hopefully, not holding our breath on that one. But also a lot of the players that could potentially want to leave.
Yeah.
If Cole Palmer and all that, great with us. But if they're not playing in the Champions League and we don't get in the Champions League, there is a good possibility that these players are going to want to move on. So I think if he doesn't get Champions League,
Got 10-year deals, man. I just don't think that.
Look, guys, I want to look at it from this standpoint. Klopp built his team. Yeah, Arteta is building his team. I think this is his second build right now. But Arteta is also building his team. Yeah, phase. What phase is it right now? I don't know, I've lost count. But yeah, so is Maresca actually building a team, or is he tasked to do what he can with the players that he has? And because I don't get the feeling. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting the feeling that it's a Maresca thing. It's more of a Blueco thing. So if they want to replace Maresca, will they be looking at getting players that suit the next manager? Because do you guys remember that that was a conversation we had a lot in the past about Chelsea managers.
Yeah.
do they have the players that suit their system? We talked about that with Sarri. We talked about that with Conte, Tuchel. Even Pochettino to a certain degree. Do they have the players that suit their systems?
The thing is, Blueco have a preferred tactical identity as well, and Maresca fit that. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't like they were like, okay, we're going to buy all these players, but you play like this, and they had a blueprint for how they wanted the team to play in general, and it was patient, passing, possessive football with adaptability and versatility. Do you know what I mean? So if they went out to get another manager, they wouldn't need to buy loads of new players for him, because they would look for another manager in the same vein as Enzo Maresca who can play. We're not going to go out and go, oh, we're going to get an Antonio Conte and change our whole team to three at the back. Do you know what I mean? It's like that absolutely wouldn't happen, I don't think. So yeah,
I think also why Poch was given such a short contract, because he doesn't fit that mold. Completely different tactical style.
Yeah,
that's why he was given such a short. Yeah, he's given such a shorter contract, because I think in their head they knew it wasn't going to go past one season.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a very, very stupid decision for them to make if you know that the manager you're bringing in is not good enough, and for that much you got to give him just 2 years. It's very stupid of them. If indeed that's the idea of they knowing that he's not going to pass that, because I know Graham Potter at the time that they brought him, he was one of the hot cake manager in the Premier League. He was doing very well with Brighton, doing very well in a series. I mean, a period of time. He understood. He knew how to groom young players with Brighton before he joined Chelsea. And no one, I don't think people doubt, his incoming, that he was going to do good. It was just unfortunate that he couldn't understand how, to work with our players, or how when you move to a bigger club like Chelsea, probably I think that the job was too big for him.
I feel differently about Graham Potter, man.
He knew that he is a good manager.
He's not. He's not. Graham Potter, for me personally, is a terrible manager who was propped up by how amazingly Brighton is run as a football club. I think the same thing happened with De Zerbi as well. De Zerbi looked absolutely unbelievable and was a really hot property when he was at Brighton. He leaves Brighton, and what's he doing now? He was at AC Milan for a little bit. We haven't heard much from him. I think a lot of the managers at Brighton have been propped up. Like, who's the guy they've got now? I forget his name.
Huntslow or something like that.
And and same thing again. Do you know what I mean? I think that none of the managers that have done well at Brighton have gone on to do well. And Graham Potter was terrible at Chelsea. He was even worse at West Ham, and he's now terrible at Sweden. Do you know what I mean?
Was he terrible?
Yeah.
Was he terrible with Brighton?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Brighton are run in a way where they pick the coach for their style. So every coach that is coming in is all basically of the kind of same mold. The football stays the kind of the same way. It's not much of a change, and that's why they can do well, because all those players will be used to playing the same system. It's easier to fit in. Then you go to like a West Ham where you've got to completely change from what the previous manager was doing. Same with whatever he's doing at Sweden, which is not great either. And the same with De Zerbi. De Zerbi's not done great anywhere else. I think he was at Marseille as well?
Yeah, Marseille as well. Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem. The main problem is the pressure.
I don't think so, because there wasn't that pressure at West Ham. There wasn't that pressure at Sweden. Do you know what I mean?
The pressure at Chelsea is not compared to the pressure at Brighton Football Club. He's okay. He can win 2 games. He can lose. He can go on a losing streak, maybe lose 3 games, and he's still okay. But Chelsea is every day you gotta.
Yeah, but Chelsea's the only club out of the clubs that he's been to that has that pressure. Brighton, no. West Ham will have their kind of pressure, but nothing to like Chelsea. Same as Sweden. Sweden's not going to have anywhere near the same pressure as you would get at Chelsea.
Yeah, I think the stats just back it up, man. I think if you look at Graham Potter's performances at West Ham, at Chelsea, and now at Sweden, they are nothing like his performances at Brighton at all, not even nearly similar. And we have seen it now. Look, Brighton's last 3 managers have all done reasonably well. Do you know what I mean? And the same thing that happened to Graham Potter has happened to De Zerbi. He's left Brighton after being a massive hot topic manager, like you were just saying, and he's gone to AC Milan and it's not done very well. He's gone to Marseille, he's not done very well, and all of a sudden he's just disappeared and we're not hearing about De Zerbi anymore. Brighton are run so well. They lost their entire backroom staff and their sporting directors to us, and they're still doing well. Do you know what I mean? So, like, whatever they've got going on in the back is able to keep their club propped up. I will die on this hill. Graham Potter is terrible. He's so bad. He's so bad.
All the argument still goes back to, did our owners do the right thing for bringing Potter in? I think they did the right thing.
No,
They did the
I just got to say this. They they brought Potter in on a 7-year contract, paying him. I can't remember what the figure was, but I think it was like some like £12 million or something.
yeah, it was
You know,
big.
yeah, it was a big contract, and
And we had to pay Brighton for him
we had to we had to get him
and his
released.
stuff. Yeah.
So that for me was a shambolic deal on our behalf.
It's like when they got Sterling. Do you know what I mean? The same sort of thing, but with a manager.
Yeah. I mean, I would say this. Maybe they were still new to the gig. They didn't know what they were doing. Hopefully, they listen. But Graham Potter has been. I'll say has been crap. Ever since he's left Brighton. Since he's left Brighton, he's been crap. And I do believe that the Brighton model is what kept him afloat. Now, in regards to the Zerbi, I don't know. The Zerbi, he's got character about him. He's got a bit more of a charisma. But is that for sure? Is he really? Does he have that power in the dressing room? Does he have that control? Again, I don't know. But for me, Graham Potter was a mad mistake on our behalf, and I'm glad they eventually got rid of him, because it took him a while to do it. He was crap for a long time
Majority of the
before
season,
before they actually sacked him. And then that's the thing. It's like Meresca.
Wait. Keep going. Sorry, keep going.
Meresca is someone we can discuss, we can debate, but Graham Potter, no, flat. Yeah, there you go. You know what? I'll put it on the screen. Actually, I'll put it on this one. Let me see.
I'll shrink it a little bit. Hold on. There you go. Graham Potter at Chelsea in a nutshell. 31 matches, 12 wins, 8 draws, 11 losses, 38 point win percentage. That is the only manager with a lower win percentage than that is Frank Lampard in his interim spell when he won 1 game in 11. But that is probably the lowest win percentage of any Chelsea manager, at least since Roman Abramovich took over.
Yeah, so like I said, crap. But guys, we have got 15 likes. We are an hour and 18 minutes into the stream. I'm not going to give any memberships. We're not, do you know what? I will give out memberships regardless of the number of likes, number of viewers on the next Sunday show. If Chelsea beat Arsenal, I'll give out 10.
And Barcelona. 5 for each.
Barcelona is a win, man. I'm confident. Actually, do you know what? Since we're not going to do a match preview, let's talk about Barcelona. Let's talk about that game. What you guys think? I mean, I'm quite confident that Chelsea will, put Barcelona to bed. We'll play that Stamford Bridge. I don't know. What would you guys think?
I haven't been following him that much this season, man. Or, I know it's not the Barcelona of old, but I know they're a bit better than they were over the last few years as well. So I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm kind of going in like 50-50.
I always back us in the Champions League. There's just something about it, man. Chelsea Champions League and Barcelona, but I think we can definitely do them. I do think we've got enough there.
We can see you. We can hear you. Can you see us?
Yeah, I can see you guys now. I don't know what happened, but
yeah, I think you got disconnected for a second there.
Okay.
Nate, in case you missed it, we're talking about Barcelona and expectations. Kai believes that this is a important fixture, Champions League. We can do it. Your thoughts?
We can do it. Yeah, we can do it. I don't have any doubt. If it's the Santiago Bernabeu, not Bernabeu, Camp Noon, I'll have my doubts a bit.
No,
But
it's
then
Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge.
yeah,
Yeah.
being at Stamford Bridge, the guys can do it. Barcelona is a team that cannot stand pressure. We know what it is like for Marcus Rashford playing in the Premier League. We know what he can do. Just take your time on it. Look, we're not going to play patient football. They will suffer a lot of Stamford Bridge. End to end, they can't stand it. They don't have that physique. They don't have technically. If we give them time on the ball, they will do what they do. They don't. It's not Iniesta. It's not Xavi. It's not who else again? The Ronaldinho's at that time. This is a different crop of players. We are better than them. We can beat Barcelona for bridge. I'll go 3-1. Chelsea. I'll go 3-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the manager again? What's his name? Is the old Bayern manager, isn't it?
Yeah. What's his name again? Hansi Flick.
Yeah, Hansi Flick. Yeah, cool.
Lads, before I go to Matt and get his take, Papa Chelsea, new channel, new to the YouTube scene. Please go show go show some love. You know what? The last hour of the stream, my tongue starts to it starts to decide what to do itself, man. So go show some love to Papa Chelsea Dan's YouTube channel. I'm actually going to put the link in the description. Or actually, I'm going to put the link in the chat in just a second. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I think Lewis made a good point. Actually, he just put in the comments, if we can control Lewandowski, then we'll probably do all right. Lewandowski, obviously a really good player. If I think this is one of the reasons why I was a bit disappointed not to see Fofana in the Burnley game. So Maresca came out and said, "Oh, it's just for protection," but I would like for that. If we've got our best defense and it's winnable. It's winnable. It's definitely winnable. Like I say, I just haven't really been following them as much for the last couple of years since they kind of dropped off a bit. But I know they've rebuilt their squad with a lot of academy players and Lewandowski up top. But Lewandowski's got to be getting on a bit now as well. What's he like, 35?
I think it's the last year of his contract. He might even be
Okay.
on a free transfer.
Interesting.
Chelsea Dan, I'm trying to find.
I think it will be easier than the Bayern Munich game, and probably the second hardest Champions League game we've had so far. But it's going to be interesting, man. I'm just kind of not got a huge amount of expectation. I'm probably going to look them up. Obviously, I'll be doing my match preview tomorrow, so I'll have a look at their form this season and see how they've been getting on. You still hear a lot about Real Madrid, don't you? But Barcelona, not quite as much. What's that noise, man? Can anyone else hear that?
Yeah, it's like a fan. Yeah.
I can't hear anything.
No, I can hear it. I can hear it. It's like a fan. And it isn't mine. I switched off. Guys, this is Chelsea Dan's YouTube channel. Please go and show some love. He will be streaming just before the game on Tuesday night for an hour. So please go and show some love to Chelsea Dan's YouTube channel. Look, end of the day, it's a massive week. It's a massive week for Chelsea. Barcelona, Arsenal. I am optimistic. I'm positive that Chelsea can get the result against Barcelona, and I'm optimistic that Chelsea can get the result against Arsenal. It's a London derby. Anything can happen. It's a very, very important game considering the position of the league. Where we are, where they are. So there's gonna be a lot riding on it. I just hope that Meresca manages it well. We're playing on Tuesday, so we do have that time. It's not a Wednesday game; it's a Tuesday game. So potentially we could do it. Yeah, guys, that is it for tonight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments after the stream, not in the chat, in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of the new color scheme, the new layout. If you've enjoyed the stream, if there's any feedback you want to give us, please let us know in the chat. There will be a lot more content coming in a joint format, potentially in the future, for me and my panelists. It's something we're discussing, something we're thinking about doing. So if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions, I would love to hear them from you guys in our comments. And please feel free to comment your ideas not only on this stream but also on the videos of each and every one of my panelists, because we are collating the information. We are looking at how to move forward in regards to content on our channels in general. So looking good, buddy. Thank you, much appreciated, Dan. All right, people, have a good night. We will see you all on Sunday for the live stream. There may be a sneaky stream coming out during the week, work in progress. But if not, we will see you next week, Sunday. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe. Peace out.